Today I'm going to do an honest review of the wing from Takoon, the VX. First off, the things that you'll find mentioned everywhere else are the fact that it's a pretty racy wing. It's got a very, very tight canopy. It's very reactive. It wants to go fast, to accelerate hard. It's also particularly well built, which is a really good thing. The system of like swappable handles, like from soft to hard handles, or even a boom, having the option of all three is a really cool thing about the VX. And to those, I will add that the battens are pretty nice. They are both hard enough to do their job, but soft enough to not be afraid of breaking them when you try to fold the wing. So those battens are pretty nice. The other thing is the carbon handles. I really like them, and particularly the front one, which is asymmetrical. Something you find in many other brands nowadays, but it allows to grab the wing in a depowered manner, but still being in control. I like those carbon handles. Talking about those hard handles, their placement seems to be particularly on point in the sense that when I attached the harness line, the wing is actually completely balanced once hooked in. Something I was struggling to find the sweet spot on the duotone unit. Here the handles seem to be perfectly placed. And finally, it's a tiny thing, but Takoon provides the adapter for their valve, so that's one less thing to worry about. I think one thing to know about Takoon is that their customer service is very much noble. They'll tell you kind of how it is, and there's no fluff. It's both good and bad, I guess. It's just something to know about. Another thing to know is the booms. While it's awesome that they are an option, it seems like the boom length is very different from one wing size to the next. And when you know that boom is north of $100 each, it can become expensive if you cannot reuse the same boom for more than a wing or maximum two. So among the little inconveniences about the VX, I miss the windows. I wish the VX had windows. Another thing is the VX is somewhat hard to deflate, and in particular the central strut. It takes a bit of time and of practice to really fully deflate the central strut. On that note about deflating and folding, the bags of the VX, at least on the 6 meter, is a little small. It can be a little tricky to fit the VX in its bag. The valves are pretty nice and they work well, but if you're like me, you forget all the time that they have a deflate and inflate mode that you need to turn on appropriately before inflating the wing. Otherwise, you lose a bunch of time. It happens to me all the time. There are two things that you need to do right away as you unpack your brand new VX wing. The first thing is about those barrel clips. Those are the clips that secure the connection valve, and those clips, they come undone on their own. I lost 2 of them within my first 3 sessions. So the first thing you're going to do is take some electrical tape and tape them so that they don't come undone. And the second thing is about the seams on the central strut that are located right above the backhand. Those seams are facing up, and so they are very prone to cutting you right under the nail, and that hurts like a mother. And so to prevent that, what I simply did was to put some duct tape on them. So in conclusion, the VX wing it's a pretty awesome wing, but you have to know that's a wing that is oriented more towards advanced riders. It's a wing that is very reactive. It absorbs nothing, which is really cool if you really want to milk any kind of puff that you get like on the lake, for instance, and you want to go fast. It's really cool for going at very steep angles, upwind and downwind. It's good for like jumps, for maneuvers, for advanced riders. Those are the things that you appreciate. There is no softness to the canopy, so it's less suitable for beginners. I imagine for wave riding, which I don't do too much of. the big argument in favor of the VX is that it's an affordable, performant wing. It's basically half the price of the duotone unit. It's performant, it's well built, and affordable. A trio that's pretty hard to come by. I do find that in hydrofoils, but for wings it's pretty rare, and the VX has that. Finally, know that this is a review of the Takoon VX, and I know that the VX Pro came out. It's a bit more expensive, but it's got to be at least as good as the VX. I haven't tried it though.